Do a little intro. Do.
Right, welcome to the first ever 2.5 Opinion podcast. So today we've got Chris and James on, which will probably be very regular guests, funnily enough. And we're talking squad numbers today. So it's what player comes into your mind when you first hear a squad number. Most people have some for either reason or other, but let's try and see what ours are. So I'll kick things off. So starting at number 1. For me, it's a bit of a weird one. It's actually Iker Casillas. So obviously won the World Cup, won Euros with Spain, Real Madrid number 1 forever. So he's just the first person that always pops in my mind when I think number 1 keeper.
He was my second choice.
All right.
So he never came into my head at all.
No, he did instantly as well for me, but there was someone else who I just had to put down because for me it was always going to be the other. But I see why you picked him, Bob, because it's totally fair enough.
But
Well, then you go for it, Chris.
Yeah.
Well, I went for Buffon because when I started being a goal as a kid, he was my person that I liked the most. So that was just clear for me.
Yeah,
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
Yeah,
you really did.
He was my keeper. That was what
So they had probably two best goalkeepers at one point in their career.
Yeah.
Which makes sense for our age range as well.
Yeah, I like them both so far.
James goes Cashless Michael.
Well, no, I've gone Edwin van der Sar.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. He was in my
like that
mind.
one.
Again, yeah.
Man
You watched him win
and-
the Champions League.
Just to timestamp this video, it is the anniversary of Man United beating Chelsea in the Champions League final.
It is.
Is it?
That
Yeah,
is a
it is,
nice little fact you've just thrown out of nowhere.
There you go.
Cut that.
The penalty save against Anelka, win the Champions League final in the pouring rain. Love it.
Nice John Terry slip as well.
Exactly. So you've got to remember these little things here and there. Good
Decent.
memory.
Right,
Yeah.
Chris.
He said he hadn't got anything written down, and then he comes up with a fact like that.
I haven't got anything written down. You can see my paper. There's nothing.
He's talking crap, mate.
See, funnily enough, we've all done a bit of research before we started this, just to make sure there's no big gaps in the numbers. Well, research
I hope
being
there
a bit
isn't.
of a stretch, maybe, for some of us. Right, go on, because I've got quite a funny number 2. Chris, you're going to kick us off with number 2.
Oh, I've got a very general one. Most people should go with Gary Neville. I'm sorry.
Yep.
He's
picking
the
that
number 2, isn't he? He's England, Man United captain. You know, he goes on. He's the number 2.
See, I agreed with that, which is why I didn't put it, because I knew both of you probably would. So
Yeah.
I went for someone a bit different, someone who it makes me laugh when I think about the fact that they were number 2. So
Diaby.
it is Diaby.
Knew it.
It was the
He
most
was my second one.
Literally, it was
second one.
it was the most ridiculous thing, because why is the centre mid number 2? You're saying he's the next Vieira, so you give him number 2,
Yep.
and he was injury prone, and he's still number 2. It was like, what is going on? I think
was
he
an
changed
incredible
later
player.
on.
He could have been a great player.
He should have
Maybe
been
the
so
number
good.
2 was the Vieira's second coming. That's how they saw it. So Vieira part 2.
No,
So
they knew he
went
was
with
half
number
as good.
Yeah.
Give him 2 instead of 4.
When he played though, he was so good.
For a while.
He had once he got like 2 or 3 string of games together, he actually started getting into it, and then he got injured
That
again.
was it.
That was
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
that was the issue. That was it.
Yeah. It's a
Just never
shame.
got better after that.
No, he played 2 or 3
Remember
games, had
watching-
4 months out, and then came back again for a
Yeah, I
little
remember watching him a couple of times. I was like, if he gets into the team, it's going to go well.
Yeah, if. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, James, what about you? Number 3.
bit. Number 2 was Gary Neville, same as Chris.
Yeah.
But number 3, it can only be one. It's got to be the best left back ever been, Ashley Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we all put Ashley Cole.
Yeah, it's actually there's no. Yeah,
Good old Cashley, can't beat him.
Yeah.
it was him or Marcelo for me.
Marcelo doesn't wear number 3, so I'm glad
he
you.
does.
I'm glad you didn't go for him.
Yeah, Marcelo wears number 12.
That's a good point. It's improved for anything else.
And you now realise where the name for this podcast came from.
Yeah, we just figured out the half for this episode.
You now realise who the half is.
Oh dear.
Yeah, no, Ashley Cole. If anyone else says something different, I wouldn't believe them.
No, anyone else that springs to mind? Or just pretty much it is Ashley Cole's to lose sort of thing?
He's actually cool.
What was Carlos? Roberto Carlos?
I don't want to answer that.
Yeah, I don't know his number.
He wasn't number 3. I'll put it that way.
Oh, okay, you picked him on later, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Number 3 is Patrice Evra.
Evra, yeah, Evra's a good shout.
But Ashley
No.
Cole's the only one,
Yeah, he's the
isn't
one, isn't he? Yeah.
Bakary Sanya.
Yeah, you can shut up. Right.
Quick little Google there, just seeing his phone code in his pocket.
No mid-podcast research, that's cheating.
No, I was just looking at Marcelo's numbers. He was number 3 for Brazil in under-17s team.
Oh, yeah, that counts.
Played it once.
Right,
So, yeah.
number 4. So mine is usually 4 for me is a centre mid number.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But
Yeah.
I haven't picked a centre mid.
Okay.
I've picked Sergio Ramos. Because he has been 4 for what feels like forever at Real Madrid now. And he's so iconic for them. And it just, whenever I think dodgy numbers for centre back, I think, why is Ramos 4?
Yeah, I don't like it.
No,
Yeah,
I
I kind of get why you've gone for him though. He's
No, not Ramos. Like, I like him as a player, not per...
well, he's a bit of a knob.
You need that, I think.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
need
like
that at centre back.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
like
I think the
his
number's
number 4.
wrong. We should go for
my
it.
head. I went for Fabregas.
Yeah, for me, I had to go Fabregas. He was I watched him. He was the player.
Are you sure you two didn't sit in the same room and do this?
Honestly,
100%, Bob.
Like, I know we're social distancing and you live together, but you can go to other rooms. Like...
I did it late last night.
Yeah, no, Fabregas for me is Chelsea and Arsenal days.
It's
Quality
Arsenal, and that's it. You don't need to wait anything else.
Chris is like, Chelsea days didn't happen.
Chelsea days.
His goal against Spurs when he tackled him from kickoff and just went through all of them was brilliant. That's my favourite.
Yeah, I'll give you that, to be fair.
That was it. But
Right.
other than that, yeah.
Right, who wants to kick number 5 off?
I'll go for that, and everyone's going to slate me. My number 5 was Thomas Vermaelen.
Really?
Yeah, purely
Oh, nice.
because those are the years and a little bit maybe before or after where I watched Arsenal the most.
Right, you're such an Arsenal fan. No.
I know, obviously, yes. Considering you sit there and watch them all the time, and that was the captain at the time, and that was the guy.
Yeah, but how worrying is that? Like...
Yeah, I know it wasn't good, but that was what I went for. I liked him as a centre back. He was good. He did what he needed to do.
And to be fair, like,
Then lost his legs.
Lost his legs. But you know, like Bill, my brother, is an Arsenal fan as well, and I think he had an Arsenal shirt with Vermaelen 5 on the back at some point. So he obviously was pretty good at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, he was what it was for Arsenal at the time, wasn't he? He was,
He was that standard, wasn't he?
Yeah, because no one else was any good.
Yeah.
They're all at a certain level.
He brought us through that terrible time.
I've gone for a centre back we might have heard of. Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah, I thought you were going to do that.
Okay, yeah, so have I.
Most obvious one there is.
Excuse me, did you two sit in the same room?
No,
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
not allowed.
Probably send me a picture of it afterwards.
Yeah, Rio. It was hard not to pick Rio. To be fair.
How could you?
Well, easy for me.
Yeah, but I was sitting here like there was a couple of numbers where I was like, they're so obvious. I wanted to think of someone different, but that's literally against the point of the video.
I almost went for Puyol.
What, Carlos Puyol?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense though, because again, captain for Barca, winning everything.
He didn't win his first trophy till it was after 28.
That's mental, isn't it?
No, didn't.
Did you literally just Google that?
No, I didn't. I read it on Instagram. Yeah.
Oh, he Googled that while looking at numbers.
Yeah.
Most reliable source of information for football figures ever. Instagram.
It's true though. There's someone posted. There's still hope for Harry Kane, but I don't think there is.
No, I don't think there is unless he moves.
Not a
Move
chance.
somewhere else might be alright.
Right, number 6, James.
I have gone for probably, arguably, one of the best passers ever in the world. Xavi.
Oh yeah.
He was on my mind. He was very much on my mind.
I regret my decision.
Chris, you got to lead off straight into it now.
Him and Iniesta in the middle of Barcelona's probably best team ever.
But they swapped numbers for Spain, didn't they?
They did.
What knobs?
Really randomly, it made no sense.
They were just so linked, Bob, that it didn't matter to them. So
Same person.
No. Yeah.
Go on then, Chris. Let's hear it.
Right, Bob, you go first, mate. I want to try and.
What's yours, Chris?
Okay. I went for Koscielny.
Did you do anything like apart from Arsenal players that ain't that good?
No, purely because again, him and Vermaelen were good, and then him and Mertesacker were incredible, and we
When you
didn't.
say incredible,
We didn't appreciate them when they were, because when they started together, they only lost like one game.
And
how
now
many did they
look.
play?
It's like 30 plus.
I was going to say like one.
No, but
How many did they play?
One. We slated them and told them they were terrible and rubbish, but them two together were amazing, so I couldn't get Lauren Koscielny off my mind.
So this
That's
is the
fair
same
enough.
Koscielny that took off the Arsenal shirt to wear a Bordeaux one.
Yeah, I
wasn't
know,
it?
and that really made me think of it more.
That
Because
was so funny.
he's a knob, but I couldn't stop thinking about him because he was just so good for us when he was there.
That makes sense, to be fair.
Yeah, it's the first comes to your head, isn't it? So go on, Bob.
Has anyone figured out who my number 6 is?
No, this is the point of this, Bob. You kind of tell us.
My number 6 was Roberto Carlos.
Carlos.
Yeah. Because he always wore number
six?
6 for Real and
Sit down,
Brazil.
annoys me again. What is it with Real Madrid and numbers?
That's wrong.
They actually do have a big thing about having weird numbers. Like, for ages, their centre-backs were Ramos, 4, Pepe, 3, then left-back Marcelo, 12. Like, what was going on at Real Madrid for a while?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah,
Kitman's got drunk. Trying the dartboard somewhere.
Numbers. I'm just going to throw it and hope for the best.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
No,
But-
no, not having that.
It was just when I thought number 6, I don't because it's a centre-back number to me, I don't think of a centre-back first. Do you get what I mean? Because that would
But
be
you
the
can't be
obvious.
outside the box.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So Carlos was the one for me. Right, 7.
I read somewhere there's an argument recently that Carlos has just lived off that one free kick he did once.
Yeah, but then you look back and he did it more than blimmin' once.
He spent his whole career trying to recreate it.
Yeah.
That's true. That is quite true.
I'm
I don't
of your
believe
opinion.
that, but so I read it. But
Yeah. Right, 7. It's me to kick off, innit?
Yeah, go for it, man.
So I originally put someone and then I changed it to this person because he's who I actually thought of and my other one was for another number. So I put David Beckham.
Yeah, I put David Beckham.
there was only two answers to this.
It's either Ronaldo or Beckham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Or
And you put Ronaldo.
So I put Ronaldo.
yeah. So
There's
two
no
Man
other
United
idea.
fans and obviously all English. Beckham and Ronaldo are going to be
Yeah, Ronaldo's
around there.
favourite player ever. It's going to be him. So
Yeah,
that's
same.
7.
Yeah, literally.
I
But
really thought of Michael Owen,
yeah, he
What,
did
because
bring
of that
my
Man
mind.
City goal?
the Man City goal. Yeah.
I did
It's a goal,
have
that.
a shirt with 7 Owen on the back as well. That shirt.
Sanchez, he can. Well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he can go. Depay, I didn't mind being 7. I still think he should have been given a bigger chance.
I should have said Jadon
You
Sancho.
should have said Alexander Pato, actually.
Should have said Sancho. Wait a couple of months, Bob.
Didn't even remember Pato was number 7. Sorry, I thought he was number 9.
Nope.
Someone
number 7?
definitely did some
1 point.
research.
Bob is actually crossing through as number 9 right now.
I've got a very good number 9.
Yeah, my number 9 is not a changer at all.
Right, go on. James, what's your number 8?
Best goal scoring midfielder of all time, Frank Lampard.
Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
What it might be.
Fair
He
enough.
also scored against Man United in the Champions League final.
He did.
Do you just know anything about the Champions League
No,
final?
but so
Do you know
far,
anything else?
so far I've got both goal scorers in the game. Ronaldo with the header, Frank Lampard with the goal for Chelsea, and then I got Van der Sar saving the penalty to win the game. What more do you want?
You didn't get checked, though.
No,
Has he got a lower number in his old career or something? We're trying to
had
find
that.
that.
I don't know.
33 is not on here, that's why we couldn't put
Yeah,
him in.
I couldn't go to that number.
Yeah, couldn't get to our seven, so.
Well, you can always mention it in honourable mentions at the end.
Definitely. Right, Bob, what's your number 8?
My number 8 is someone you would never, ever guess me to put as number 8. Because I don't like him.
Steven Gerrard.
No, but I don't like him either.
Oh, get on. Go on, who is it?
Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney at number 8.
Yeah, that's
When he was
didn't he?
first at United, number 8 made no
Yeah.
sense to me. Really annoyed me. Then I really thought he was going to get the number 9 because that was what he wore for England. He then went to number 10,
Yeah.
and that annoyed me because my favourite number is number 10, and I didn't like him. So
Wow,
him,
you're quite...
So I don't know why you don't like him.
I've never liked him. I just don't know why. I haven't even got a justification for it. Like, I am very sorry. I just don't.
Yeah.
Like,
He's an incredible player, Bobby.
yeah, but
Top goal scorer for club and country.
I know, and the club I support and all, and I still don't
He
like
can play
him.
in any position.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
This is the problem I'm having around my team at the moment. I know, Alex Ferguson fell.
Go on then, Chris. You're number 8.
I just went for Arteta. Gotta be.
Really?
Well, no, clearly not. But
He was captain and we won our FA Cup to get us back into winning again a couple of seasons.
Did he wear 8 for Everton as well? I don't think he did.
Well, I don't
I feel
really
like
care.
he wore 6 or something.
I can't remember what it was. I
I'm gonna
think it
look
might
it
have been
up.
8, wasn't it?
It might have been 8. I don't
But
know.
either way, and now he's the manager.
It's not bad on it. It's quite relevant, I guess.
I like
Yeah.
him. I
It's
think he's
really
a good guy.
relevant to Chris, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Number 9.
mine
my
is-
number 9. I went for Falcao.
I
Fair
thought
enough.
you would, because to be honest, Christian
I wasn't going to go
loved him.
anyone else.
I
He's
had
my most
two in my
favourite
head for
number
you
9 ever.
actually.
Oh, is it?
Who's the other one?
The other one for me and your like that I thought you might have put was Torres.
Yeah, it was between them two. But
Yeah.
for me, Falcao has been my all-time favourite.
There you go. Just to add before we move on, Arteta wore 6 and then 10 for Everton.
Oh, it's 10.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I loved him.
Yeah. James, number 9.
I wish I said Torres. Probably
Yeah.
my favourite striker ever, but I went for Alan Shearer.
So did I.
Alan Shearer.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop thinking about him because of it.
Yeah, I couldn't. I thought, how can I have a list which mine predominantly will be Premier League players without the top goal scorer in it?
Yeah.
So, number 9 for me, Shearer.
Well, that's my list. I ain't going mine.
Chris's research went up to number 9.
Yeah, that was it. I was done.
Research went from number 9 in just Arsenal, that was it. There was nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gary Neville and a Ronaldo or Beckham thrown in there.
Yeah.
Right, number 10. It's
James?
me, innit? I think.
Oh, Bobby, yeah.
You can't, Bob, you can go.
I put one of my favourite players of all time, and I'll give you the reasons before I say who it is.
Well, it can't be Rooney.
He's Dutch, he's blonde, he wore 10, and he played up
So
front
sad.
like me at the time when I was little. Dennis Bergkamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that. That's yeah.
Absolutely loved him. I still do. He's amazing. Like when you look at what he's done and the stuff, he was amazing. Yeah, he's hard
Hardly
to get
underrated,
around.
I think.
Agreed.
Yeah, he was.
I think he's getting it a
Doesn't get
bit
the
more
credit.
now, but it's taken a long time.
Probably still nowhere near as much as you should do. He doesn't get the credit he deserves, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good player. He's got a great touch and a good turn. Good finish. Done, really, innit?
He's good all round.
He's a great player.
Who else we got?
I went for Rooney. I couldn't think of another 10. Number 10 is
I
he's
thought you might.
he's what he is. He's, I can't know anything. That's it, James. Yeah.
I'm the second best player in the world.
You said that. Messi.
Messi.
Yeah.
See, Messi
I
was
mean-
not coming near my list.
No.
Oh, it's coming near mine. I prefer Ronaldo, but the things he does with a ball.
He's absolutely unbelievable. I just don't think about him enough to put him on it. Do you know what I mean?
I think there's a lot more hate to them too because of the fans.
Well,
It's-
yeah.
It's kind of if there wasn't these big arguments, who was the best and who was the best, and we just appreciated the football.
Well, apparently they like each other.
Yeah, they do.
I think
Because-
you need the argument, so it pushes them on.
Yeah. I think they know that each other's made them better.
Well, Ronaldo knows that anyway. He does it with everything.
Well, yeah.
There was a story about him losing table tennis to Rio Ferdinand. He went and bought himself one, and then a week later beat Ferdinand.
But that shows you how you become the best at anything, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's just a machine. He just works hard. Whereas Messi did work hard, but he's just got
He's
just
naturally
natural
better.
as well.
natural.
Yeah.
You
Right.
can't teach what he does.
I think number 11 is going to be very similar.
I don't think so.
Okay,
Okay.
Chris, let's hope you get one first then, if you want
Yeah,
to say that
that's-
there.
yeah, go on.
Torreira.
Oh, Jesus.
Yikes. You
He-
love him so
Exactly.
damn much.
He is my favourite Arsenal player at the moment.
That's
I don't
crazy.
get why.
I just really like him.
Doesn't
He's
even
everything I
play
want to be in a
half the
holding
time.
midfielder.
What, on the bench?
No, when he plays, he's everything that I like.
On the bench or
Right.
yellow carded. Either
Yeah.
way.
I just love how he plays. He's just so passionate. Just gets in there. He just
He's scrappy, isn't he?
yeah, I love it. I love Scrappy. It's brilliant.
James?
You can't. Yeah.
On the count of 3, we're going to say ours, ready?
You're hoping I've not got a strange
If
one.
it's different, it'll make me laugh. So it's cool. Right. 1, 2, 3. Gigs.
Gigs. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Good old Gigs.
Enough
God,
said,
what a
really,
loser one
innit?
that is.
It was just enough said. It's Ryan Giggs. Like,
It's Welsh Wizard, isn't it?
Okay.
12.
James?
I'm not going first because mine is funny.
Number 12, I've got Olivier Giroud.
That's what I said as well.
So did I.
He is the number 12.
He has got number 12, yeah.
No, but
But do you know who else popped in my head?
Who?
A player who wore 12 for his national team. Henri.
He did, yeah.
He was the other one to pop in my head. But why is it French strikers like number 12?
I don't know. There must be I don't know, maybe there's a cultural thing there, I don't know.
It might be like our number 10 sort of thing, mightn't it?
Could be, I suppose.
But yeah, Giroud I think highly underrated again.
Oh, he's a really good player.
He does a lot. He's done a lot more than people realise.
Oh, you can see that. He's the first choice striker in the French World Cup winning side. Well,
Yeah, and then
what
didn't
more do you have to do?
then come back and didn't get picked by Chelsea.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
He just makes them tick, though, doesn't he?
yeah, he does. He's the perfect
link-up player,
hold
isn't it?
up for
That's the thing,
everything
French
around him.
Yeah, French people don't need that goal scoring striker. How many they've got around? They've got Griezmann and Mbappe and all the rest of them.
The fact that Griezmann and
banging in
Mbappe
goals.
basically play as like wingers, it's
Yeah.
just ridiculous.
Like, what does that tell you?
Right,
So we need, innit?
number 13.
No, I'll go for this. It's Ballack.
Hey, I got the same.
I thought of Ballack, but I didn't put Ballack. He was my
There's no
other
other
one.
option. You're wrong.
You
Yeah.
don't know who this option is yet.
I went Ballack, but I had Maicon. In
Maicon,
my
yeah,
head.
I thought of Maicon, but again, didn't put Maicon.
Okay, who'd you put then?
I put Nesta.
I
Okay.
used to have him. Whenever I used to play, what was it, FIFA 07, FIFA 06? Always used to buy him on Man United career mode.
Yeah, same. He was unbelievable, and he wore 13 at AC Milan like the whole time. And that's partnering with Maldini and so many other good centre backs. It's just
a
yeah,
generation, that is.
yeah,
was
that literally is.
ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair enough. The two you can't really argue with there. There's don't need an opinion on it. It's,
Pretty
I don't
much.
think there's many 13s to choose from.
And same as number 14, it's Thierry Henry. There's no point arguing.
Yeah,
if
I
you say
put Henry.
Chicharito, I think I'll slap you.
I thought of Chicharito, but I thought of Henry first. So
You've put Chicharito, haven't you?
No, I put Henry.
I mean, I loved Chicharito when he was at Man U. I thought he was unbelievable off the bench, and he made me laugh. Just seeing him come on the pitch made me laugh.
Yeah, but he scored so many good goals.
So he looked lost, didn't he?
Yeah,
Like
he
should
looked
have
like
been there.
he literally looked like a lost puppy, but then kicked the ball in the net and was like, yeah.
Like
That's
that
it.
backwards header against, what was it, Chelsea or something?
Backwards header against
Yeah.
Chelsea, a goal against Chelsea where he kicked it off.
Oh, he kicked it into his own face.
Yeah, kicked
Yeah.
it into his own face into the goal. He was
And then
always there,
claimed he meant it.
Yeah. I've been practicing that in training. Have you?
It's like, have you now?
It's just fun to see, and I'm sure it was fun to be around as well, to be honest.
But
Yeah, little
It's
Mexican.
Henry, isn't it?
Yeah, it has to be Henry. There's no other way of doing it. Right, go on, James. Who's your number 15?
I already know James 15 is, I think.
Bobby knows the other one.
Who's it?
He's partnered one of my other numbers on here.
Who's it?
Best two centre backs in the world is Vidic.
So is mine. Mine's Vidic
Yeah.
as well.
No.
If you're playing against Vidic and Ferdinand, you go back there and then you knew.
It was literally striker's
That was
worst
it.
nightmare.
Yeah. Apart from Torres.
Oh yeah,
Torres loved it.
He's the only player Vidic can play against.
he just got sent off every time.
Yeah, he thought, I'm not doing this, I'm going home.
Literally.
I'm sick of this.
Go on then,
I
Chris.
put
What's
Oxlade
your...
Chamberlain.
You're such an Arsenal
Have you
fan.
literally just googled Arsenal?
No, I haven't, because he was 15 and he is at Liverpool as well.
Yeah, but he's not
He's-
great.
But he comes on again, he just runs around, he just does the job. He could be so brilliant.
He makes
You're
me
lucky I
laugh.
didn't put Wilshere on this list.
He makes me
Give it
laugh. Do you
5
know
minutes.
what I think of when I think of Chamberlain coming on as the sub?
Go on.
That run from the side to the middle of the pitch is the fastest it goes all game.
Yeah, no, it's just Oxlade Chamberlain.
Right, again, 16. I think there was
James?
2 answers for this, but I know who. I think I know who James has put. The same as me.
Go on, which one have I gone for?
Roy Keane.
Yeah, I went for Roy Keane. I thought about Michael Carrick.
Yeah, that's the other answer.
I had 2 answers. It was Carrick or Keane. I thought, got to have Keane in there, ain't you?
I'm going to give him a bit of abuse here, aren't I?
Why do I feel
Yeah,
like Chris has
actually-
put someone like Matthew Flamini or someone?
Hey, it's Aaron Ramsey.
Okay, that's not horrific.
His
But-
younger days when he was 16 and coming on and then he snapped his leg in half.
Yeah.
That's a proper number 16, that is.
And that is quite a memorable thing to remember, to be fair. So
Yeah.
that does make sense. I'll
You
give
know,
you
he's a
that.
big player.
Was that
Yeah.
Shawcross that did that?
Yeah, it's a shame when
Yeah.
he left. Though. We could have really used him.
He would have been doing so well for you right now.
Honestly. He's
And
so
you've
much better.
rumoured to already want rid.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
back in the Premier United.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I don't know if I'd have him there.
No, I'd take him. But not. I don't know if he'd start necessarily.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd start him.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be my first choice.
17, I'm really interested. I think I know
Okay.
again who James has put. Let's see if I'm right.
I don't like 17.
What, in general or just the number?
In general.
Okay.
Alexis Sanchez.
Okay, not who I thought.
I put Sanchez as well.
Yeah.
Arsenal days when he was number 17. He was
Good at
amazing.
Arsenal.
He's incredible.
He was great at Arsenal. I didn't think
Loved it.
of him at all, though, to be honest.
Oh, no, instantly.
He popped in my head at
It wasn't
7.
a nice fault, Bob.
Yeah, he popped in my head at 7 because it annoyed me that he was ever 7, but he didn't
Yeah.
at 17.
The reason I remember him most, and all the goals he scored and all the things he's done, but I just remember someone pinging the ball from like the right back position, might have been Bellerin or something, and it flies straight over to me, like jumps up in the air, controls it with his left foot, and as he lands, he bends his knee too far backwards, and he just looks like an idiot, and it makes me really laugh. It makes me think of him every time.
You think of the strangest
Yeah.
things.
I know- your
I know
reasons
he's scored
are so
fantastic goals, and he's done so many good things, but that's the first thing I think of when I think of Sanchez.
Can we just throw
I
out
don't
there
know why.
that I was at the Man U Arsenal game on that Friday night in the FA Cup in the Arsenal fans when Sanchez scored for United the winning goal.
I love that.
It was-
What do you do at that point?
He was number 7, we don't talk about
I laughed a lot. That's what I did at that point. I laughed. It was like I can't jump up and celebrate, but I can laugh a lot.
You can try. I don't think it ends well.
No,
it.
not
Get
really.
slapped.
Especially in the season ticket holders where I was at the
Yeah.
time.
In the proper section, it's not going to go well. You probably get chucked out in seconds, but
Yeah.
you can try it. It's worth
Bob,
a go.
who'd you put then?
So my number 17 was someone I'd originally put for 7, but he actually pops in my mind for his national team at 17 more. So mine was Cristiano Ronaldo. So when he first started playing for Portugal, Luis Figo was number 7 and he was 17. And I already loved Ronaldo at that point. So I had a Portugal shirt with, and then I had a little ball that had 17 and Ronaldo written on it with Portuguese badge and everything. So I always think when someone says 17, I either think Ronaldo for Portugal or Nani for Man United.
Wasn't he number
Nani.
17 when he got
was it?
Rooney sent off?
Yes, he was because Figo was
He
playing.
Yeah.
So
Forgot
that
about
always
Nani.
sticks. Yeah, see, Nani was who I thought you might have put, James. To be honest.
Yeah, no, I completely forgot about him.
Yeah.
Do we even need to mention number 18, or is this just set in stone?
Oh, it's set in stone. No, it isn't. No, because I wrote this down actually because I heard James talking about this. The person he has written down isn't who he should have written down. James, who did you write?
I wrote 2, then I crossed one off.
Who'd you put?
Which one did you cross off?
Which one did I cross off? I crossed off Paul Scholes.
You crossed off Paul Scholes.
I did.
Do you know who he's left and who he
have
wanted
I
me
gone
to
for,
play
Chris?
copyright music for?
I could play a song for him.
Oh, bloody Fernandez, isn't it?
It's a thing is, though, right, I wrote Skulls. There was no question. I wrote Skulls straight away. So if I was following the rules of this game, it's Skulls. But then as I got to number 19, I went, hang on a minute. And for some reason, I just started singing the song in my head. I won't do it now.
No, do
For the
not.
one viewer this gets, I don't want to turn them away. But, yeah, I suddenly thought Bruno Fernandes. Thought it's got to be in it.
I can imagine you right now watching this video back, and you're sitting in your chair singing that damn song.
Oh, I will.
You 100% will be.
Yeah,
As
yeah
well.
so I crossed off Skulls. I went Bruno. I take it you both said Skulls.
Yeah.
Scholes is the one. You
Scholes
can't
went straight
that's
down.
it. And it's that goal against Barcelona where he just volleys it from the end.
It's so many different goals and so many different passes. It was just everything.
Yeah.
I mean, we only did up to 20 here, but coming back at number 22 just didn't look right.
I did
When he
really
come
need
out
to.
of retirement, he did really well and helped us so much.
Well, yeah, he came out of boots from a random shop and
Yeah,
won the league.
He still dominated.
Yeah.
that's the thing that he could. Didn't
Specialised boots. He's got a lot of opinions now, though.
Yeah, he's not. His punditry leaves a bit to be desired, I think. As
It was
well.
better before he spoke to the media.
Yeah, because
he
he
never spoke
he
to
never
him.
did during his career because they knew it weren't a good idea.
Yeah. And then they let him loose and they've just gone, okay, see you later.
Literally, there's a reason why he works on BT Sport.
Yeah, it's not the best.
No,
Took Michael Owen.
So I
exactly.
struggled with number 19.
You
So did
struggled.
I.
I'll go last then.
I did. I struggled with
Who
it.
did you end up with, James?
Dwight York.
See, Dwight York was in my head. Went for another Man United striker
Go
who
on.
I don't think anyone's guessing. So I wrote Danny Welbeck.
Oh, I forgot that he even was a player.
Yep, exactly.
He
So
never was a player, James.
obviously he's at Watford now, and God knows what number he is. That was
Great
number.
bit of business selling him to Arsenal, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did that perfectly. We literally had him until he was good. Crocked him, sold him, bye.
He scored a couple of times against us, though, which is a bit annoying. But apart from that,
Those are good goals.
We still got our money's worth. Oh my god.
he did well against Leicester for Arsenal, though, in that game. Was it? I can't remember what the score was, but he scored a couple in that.
Yeah, but
2-1,
again,
we got a header in the last minute.
he was such a good player for 4 games at a time.
It's good for England as well.
He was a good sub.
Yeah.
He was a very good sub.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
That's what he was. My number 19 is Santi Cazorla.
You literally just... I
Googled
know we've got a
Arsenal,
lot of
No, I
Man
didn't
U.
Google it. It was
But,
my
my
favourite
God.
player.
Yeah, that
Every
is
single one
true.
of these has been your favourite player.
All
hasn't it?
whenever they've been playing for Arsenal, they are my favourite players because I always pick one and go, "That's it. He's my
Until he
favourite."
leaves, which will obviously happen.
And then when he left, it was
I'll pick another one.
quite sad.
To be fair
Took
though,
time.
to be fair to you, I knew who you was picking as soon as we started this for 19.
Well, yeah, because he's just such a good player,
I didn't.
and he's what I wanted in
I didn't know what he was talking
all
about.
of stuff.
Now, what surprises me about the next one, number 20, the last actual set number, is that James was a bit confused about who to put,
I was.
which bothered me quite a lot. Because
Yeah,
Think about that, Bob.
I put Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the best super sub ever, current Man United manager, and you were sitting there last night going, I just can't think.
Yeah.
It was bugging
I
me.
sat there going, I can't think of anyone.
Yeah, no.
Luckily, it came into my head.
Yeah.
You put Solskjaer.
I did put Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Chris?
No, I didn't. Now I hate this guy more than anything in the world.
Was he a player that played for Arsenal that left?
He played for Manchester United.
Oh, I know who he's put.
It's Robin van Persie. He's the biggest knob I have ever watched, apart from Adebayor.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, he wins. He wins.
And the fact that we had to give him a guard of honour coming back to our stadium.
Can I
for
just
when it
ask one
hurt.
question?
Didn't he score a goal against Arsenal because of a Thomas Vermaelen mistake?
Something
Yeah, he
like
did.
that.
And he celebrated and he loved it.
Rightly so.
And then watching him score against Man City in that free kick in his first derby, and then watching Rio Ferdinand point to Van Persie's number as they won the 20th title, it was the most sickening thing I think I've ever watched in football. And number 20 is cursed for me now.
Right.
And I had the option to have number 20 at the people I'm playing with now, and I refused and took number 21 instead.
Yeah, but you
I
like
just-
number 21 as well.
Yeah, but
that was
I
the
just,
real reasoning, Bob.
I just hate him and everything he stands for now.
Chris, then answer me this question, right? It's
What?
completely online and it's about
But
Van
he has
Persie.
scored one of the best goals ever.
All
great
right,
goal.
or
On
just
his
interrupt me as usual. Is Van Persie in your mind for Arsenal? Is he number 11 or number 10?
He's number 11.
Same.
It's 11.
I know he was 10 later on in his career, and that was when he was doing really well, but he's number 11 for me.
Yeah, because Bergkamp was still there, still knocking out the number 10.
So, yeah, for me, he's number 11. But yeah, he's dead to me.
Right. Well, on that note, that is our number 1 to 20. Have we got any honourable random people we want to chuck out there saying like quite iconic for their number? I've got 2 written down and 1's in my head.
Well, I just want to say Peter Cech, because I know we couldn't have him at number 1, but he was number 33 at Arsenal, so it counts because he just deserves it. He's just an amazing goalkeeper.
Until we got the number 33. Jamie Carragher, that's a good one.
Ronaldinho, number 99.
Number 80 as well, Ronaldinho, I had written down.
80, I think it was.
Yeah, it was 80 for AC Milan.
It was a high number. That's all I know.
I've got Federico Makeda, number 41, when he scored for us against City.
Oh, yeah, but he failed, didn't he?
Yeah, and also...
City?
Was he not
I
against
remember the
City?
Aston Villa goal.
Oh, one of them. He scored a few, to be fair.
Yeah, I remember the Aston Villa goal. That's the big one.
And also in my head, one of my favourite players for Man U of all time is actually Darren Fletcher, number 24.
24.
Yeah, so he's always sticks out for me.
Old Scott McTominay.
Yeah,
I'm
basically.
waiting for McTominay to get number 24 next year or something.
What
like
number
that.
is he now? 30 something.
39, I think.
See, I'm waiting for him to change his name.
What, to Darren?
Darren Fletcher.
Oh, God.
Yaya Toure? Was he 42?
Something like that.
his birthday a few days ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You
He's
can
got his
just
cake yet.
Google stuff.
He's still waiting for his cake.
What about William
It's coming.
Gallas, number 10?
No,
Good old
we don't need
Arsenal
to
days.
mention him. We don't need to mention
It was a weird one, though,
Number
wasn't it?
10.
throwing a strop in the middle of a pitch. Ugh.
Oh, okay, Grant Xhaka.
Oh, don't even mention that guy either.
Right, on that note, before we get Chris started, I think we'll end this here. It's been like a good half hour or so.
Ridiculous.
Right, thanks for joining me, you both.
Yeah.
No worries, cheers, Bobby.
And thank you for tuning in to the 2.5 Opinion podcast. We'll be back soon. We're going to do one of these just every now and then whenever we think of a good topic. And we'll see you again soon. So like the video, share the video, subscribe to RJ Plays Badly, and even turn on that bell notification for me.